Welcome to the class. This is lecture 10. Today we will discuss about the zero force member. So if you remember last class we have started analysis of truss. We have used method of joint to analyze the structure. So what are the method of joints? Basically we have used the two equilibrium of equation for each joint, and then we resolve the forces, and we got the uh, final values, reaction forces for the different members. So today we'll discuss what is zero force members and how it will be helpful for us for the structural analysis. So if you remember last class we have discussed this portion. Yeah. So last class we have discussed our unknown forces at the support reactions, and also the forces in each bar, that is also unknown forces. So now for a particular problem, if any member don't carry a force, for example this member may not carry a force, zero force. So if you identify just by looking few members which may not carry a particular load, then easily we can identify and we can eliminate those members from the reaction. So it will simplify our problem. So there today we'll discuss actually how you can identify those members. Now the question is, now why some member will have zero force? Although because of the stability of structure, so during construction phase, load may come in any direction, in any point of a structure. So our stress member should be that stability should be there for the construction. But after application of load, maybe some joint don't have an external load. For example, if you consider this truss, so here joint C and joint A don't have an external load. Although we need these members, that CD, CB, CA, all these members we need before the construction of this truss. But after construction of this truss, that is in no forces are acting in this A and C, these two joints. So because of this, there may be few members which forces are zero, reaction forces are zero. So if we identify those members and simply uh, put it zero, then our problem will be very much simplified and very quickly we can do the structure analysis. So basically there are two cases where we can get it, where we can tell that those are zero force members. Now let's see this point. This truss actually, so this truss only one force is acting at joint B. So now that C joint actually connects BC and CD, two members. But if you see, there is no external force in the joint C. So now if we start analyzing joint C based on our method of joint, now if you see, this is the free body diagram for method joint C. So joint C has FCD and these two bar which are actually connected perpendicular to each other. So if we apply now summation of all horizontal forces equal to 0 and summation of all vertical forces equal to 0, then what will happen? So there is only one horizontal force, right? Or only one horizontal member and only one vertical member. So there must be both should be equal to 0 based on these equations. So that is 0. So just by looking, as there is no external force acting, we can tell that these two members will be zero force member. So now for the analysis, we can simply substitute these two as a 0. So our problem will be very easy. Similarly, if you consider joint A, so here also no forces are acting. So ideally these two forces also should be 0. But let's check whether really it is 0 or not. So if you apply the method of joint at point A, then what will happen? See, this is a figure. So joint A, two members are connecting. One is AE, one another is AB. So both are inclined member. So now apply summation of all horizontal forces equal to 0. So how many horizontal forces are there? Apply summation of all vertical forces are there first. So if you consider, if you see, there will be only single vertical force. Which one? That FAB is sine component, which is acting upward. And there is no other vertical force. So there must be FAB should be equal to 0. So from here you got FAB equal to 0. Now from this second equation, summation of all horizontal forces is equal to 0. That if we apply, then FAE is the only force acting on this joint. So that also must be equal to 0. So this 2 is basically the 0 force member. So this is one simple case. Now next is case 2. So here in this case, what you understand that zero force members also occur in a joint at a joints having a geometry as a joint D. So if you see joint D here, so only this is a truss, only one force is acting, one external force is acting at joint B. There are no forces actually, there are no external forces acting in this truss. So joint D don't have any external force. So now if you see, if you draw the free body diagram using method of joint D, what will happen? So there are total 1, 2, 3 members. FAD in this direction, FDE this direction, and FDF which is acting towards this direction. So apply summation of all Fy equal to 0. So here only one Y is acting. So it must be equal to 0. So DF member is actually equal to 0. So this is zero force member. Just by looking only, we can tell that this is a zero force member. Now next, if you see joint F, so this is zero force member. From this diagram, we understood that this is a zero force. So there is no force in the DF. So now if you draw the free body diagram of joint F, so this is a joint F. What you can see in the joint F is that FDF. So this force we computed, it is 0. So FDF is 0. So now you have another force, that FCD. So if you see, this one is FCF. So FCF is there. So now if you apply summation of all vertical forces equal to 0 about this point, then what will you get? So you will get FDF is anyway 0. So FCF, which is sine component, is there. So only single force is acting in this joint vertically. That is FCF sine component, sine theta, which is equal to 0. That means FCF must be equal to 0. So FCF also 0. So just by looking into the geometry of the truss, we can identify that few members are actually zero force members. So if we identify these members very quickly, then the analysis of truss will be very easy to do that, as you know. So easily, quickly we can just substitute this to mark 0. Earlier only we can tell. So these are the two methods. In these two cases, actually, directly we can tell that which are zero force members. Now let's see one simple example how actually we can do the zero force member. So this is a truss which is connected, and A and G is the two force, basically two joints, and this is a simple truss. Now only one force is acting at E. So now can you tell me which members are actually zero force member? So only one force is acting here. So if you consider now this joint D, what will happen at the joint D? So joint E, if you consider, there is only vertical forces acting. So there is no other external forces acting. So in the joint D, there will be two components, right? There will be so only two bars are connected. One is this bar, horizontal bar, and another is inclined bar. So inclined bar has actually two components. One is vertical component and another is horizontal component. But in the vertical component, it's only single vertical force. No other vertical force is there in the member. So there must be this member bar, it should be equal to 0 because there is no vertical bar, right? So by just looking into this diagram, we can tell that this is a zero force member. Similarly, if this is zero force member, then its horizontal component also 0. Then this EF also should be equal to 0. Why? Because there is only single horizontal force acting at joint B. So FCD also 0, FDE also 0. Very simple, you can see that here. So now, next, if you consider joint E now, joint E already we know this bar has no force. So now, this bar also, so this is 0. Now 2 bar are acting. This is 1 bar force and this is another bar force. So only one horizontal bar force is there, reaction force is there. So it also must be equal to 0. Just by looking into this only we can tell that bar also should carry 0 force. So whatever P load is acting, that will be directly transferred to this bar. So just by looking only we can tell that. Now come to that H bar, joint H. So joint H, what will happen? Joint H is total 3 bar are connected, 1, 2 and 3. So if you see this vertical bar is a single one, no other inclined bar, nothing is there. So by looking only we can tell that this FH be equal to 0. We do not need to do a joint analysis for this. So that by looking only we can tell this is also 0 force member. Now if you see this joint G, joint G only two, so one is vertical and another is this one. So if you see this support is actually hinge support, whereas this support is the roller support. Roller support means it only has one reaction, this horizontal reaction. There is no vertical reaction in this support, but one vertical member is there. So the single vertical member means must be this equal to 0. So FGA also must be equal to 0. So without doing any joint method of joint, applying any method of joint equations and all, directly we can tell that what are the members are 0 force. So this is 0 force member, 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 like that, just without doing anything, without applying any joint method of joint, we can tell that 0 force, which member carries 0 force. Once you know 0 force, then very quickly you can analyze for the other members as well. So this is the 0 force member we discussed today. So next class we'll use another method of joint, method of section basically to analyze the structure. Like the class. Thank you.